Hello, my wonderful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are at this point in time. I greet you all and I welcome you all to this early Saturday morning broadcast. In case you're wondering who is here, my name never changed. I still remain your one and only Ukute Daily Talk. Bringing to you this breaking news. Simon Ekpao, he don't come out to come write to Bonga letter, come give a United Nation. Don't declare say APC say the first Muslim ticket on Nigerian people. This one our top headline of this very morning. UK government told what to do over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. They don't tell UK say look at what you are going to do because as on turn on our back, give on our own citizen. Say this one no good though. As it stands now. The people of UK, I be one group where they UK, they don't sue UK government to court. Journalists, and I still remember waiting Isaac, if I say talk yesterday, and one of my broadcasting, he didn't talk say the reason why APC government they try to brutalize and intimidate P2B is simply because of the standing ovation the young man is receiving for free of charge. Can you people imagine that this man appeared in 100 people, most influential people in 2023? Then I ask myself, how? What have he done? Even the so-called selection that they choose him, the matter is still in court. Then tell me, how do he appear in 100 most influential men in Nigeria, APC? Okay, now the journalist that's behind it, because I'm very, very sure that this Indian girl was paid to do so. Just simply because they want to make him popular by all means. They want the whole world to accept him by all means, which is not possible. That is not the way to attend to fame now. That you have money does not make you so popular. That you have a spirit of arborealism does not make you popular. If there's anybody should be popular, or to enter that 100 most influential men in the world in 2023, I think at least MC Oluomo supposed to be there, not this Okporo. What are you telling me? 100 most influential men in the world, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu name is there. All the whole people that you people find their name there. Do you see anywhere that's anyone that have controversial of drug or money laundering? Or whatever, or forgery, or perjury, and the rest of them. So this girl now, he don't go ahead to come put this man name. The internet is on fire, and she was forced to put her account on what? On private. Yes, they have forced her to lock her account on private. She cannot receive any revenue because most of all these what do they call it? All these celebrities, they don't follow back. So the only people that can see whatever she posts or interact on it, comment, retweet or whatever, is the people that she followed back. Then tell me how many people is she following back? The answer is 0. Journalists behind Tinubu's world influential article goes into hiding over attacks from Nigerians. Report by UK Foreign Affairs Committee indicts government over Kanu's travels. Self-proclaimed Prime Minister of Biafra in exile government, Ekpa, names his advisory council. So, my good people of Biafra, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is me, I don't come back again. So, make I tell on the simple truth. If you never subscribe to my channel and you are still watching my content, I beg, care, go and subscribe as soon as possible. Turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time we'll go live or post something new on this channel or any other channel related to Ukute Daily Talk. So please tighten your seatbelt because we are about to take off now. We are starting our news from the letter Simon Ekperima. He wrote to the United Nations over the Muslim ticket that the APC forced on Nigerians. Self-proclaimed Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, Simon Ekperima has written to the United Nations General Assembly UNGA with a claim that the recently concluded the general elections in Nigeria was killed by the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, Abi, All Poverty Congress, to foist a Muslim ticket on Nigerians without creating a level playground for all citizens. In the letter dated April 13, the Finland-based Ekperima, a factional leader of breakdown of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB autopilot, said there were forces that trampled upon others and calling the shots at will. The former discipline of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, alleged that Biafran youths were extrajudicially killed in various parts of the country, while no terrorist Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram ISWAP terrorists, was in jail because they were being sponsored by the state government. Ekpa also alleged that terrorists arrested during the President Goodluck Jonathan administration have been released and rewarded with job positions in the Nigerian military, while innocent Igbo youths are rounded up, tied terrorists, jailed or killed without any single trial. The dissidents also told the Onga that Kanu, who was unlawfully extradited from Kenya to Nigeria in 2021, has been accused of treason by the Nigerian government and has been in the custody of the Department of State Service DSS since his repatriation. Adding that different courts have discharged the case with the UN working group on arbitrary detention, requesting his freedom within the last 6 months, but it has gained to 10 months now. What have they done with that request? Nothing. The 6 months ultimatum expired in February of 2023. Yet, the jihadist, terrorist, and democratic dictatorial government of Buhari and APC refused to release him. Ekpa also accused Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, of bribing, censoring, and terrorizing media houses in Nigeria never to report the atrocities going on in Nigeria. He also noted in the letter, Biafrans have on numerous occasions demonstrated their willingness to leave Nigeria through various sit-at-home civil disobedience for the past 2 years. They impressed it upon the UN to prevail on the authorities to grant an unconditional release of Mazi, Kanu, and all Biafrans held captives. Biafra Republic, government in exile, office of the Prime Minister, according to them. On the list, Buhari soon after his inauguration declared that Nigeria should not expect him to treat people who gave him 5% of votes and people who gave him 95% votes equally. Buhari, with this discrimination and ethnocentrism, disrespect, dehumanization, flagrant abuse of fundamental human rights and dignity of the Biafran people, who were perceived as to have given President Buhari 5% vote, became an unwritten policy of the Buhari-led APC government nationwide against the indigenous people of Biafra. Because of this imbalance, the indigenous people of Biafra requested a referendum from the government of Nigeria to exit from Nigeria to restore the sovereign state of Biafra through peaceful means. Biafra people will be chanting, we want referendum, we want Biafra, we want freedom, without arms, just ordinary waving of flags, and the government will send its forces to shut the people down with the live bullets. In 2016, more than 160 Biafran youths were shot down in cold blood at Ngwa High School, Aba. The army declared Operation Python Dance 1 and 2 and went to the home of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and killed over 50 Biafran youths there. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu escaped assassination by the whiskers. The army went to Uzo 1 in Enugu State and massacred over 100 Biafran youths in 2020. At the heat of COVID, Nigerian government was captured on videos importing Fulanis into Nigeria and positioning them to occupy all the forests of the indigenous people and arm them with AK-47 to to kill indigenous people and take over their lands. These men camouflaged as herdsmen and have been terrorizing the Biafra land, killing the people who go to their farms, raping women and children in front of their fathers and husbands. The Biafra people are now facing existential threat. There is an Islamic agenda of the Federal Republic of Nigeria going on to Islamize Nigeria through ethnic cleansing and disposition of the lands of the indigenous people of Biafra. The army is in cooperation with these jihadists. The army forces are not neutral. Hence, all should raise and defend yourself. General T.Y. Danjuma. For the Biafrans, we either fight and defend ourselves and die, or we do nothing and still die. The Biafran people choose to defend themselves and their land. Biafra Republic government in exile. 700 something and the email is also as well. Then Biafra Republic in exile. Number 7 of the list, or whatever it's being called. Anyway, we don't have to go into that list. Let's leave it for another day. UK government is told what to do over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. The United Kingdom government, United Kingdom government have been called upon to intervene in the matter of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, who has been incarcerated by the Department of State Service since June of 2021. Nigeria News gathered that this is as the British Foreign Affairs Committee called for the intervention of the British government in Kanu's freedom. It was gathered from a report from from Foreign Affairs Committee obtained by Vanguard from Kanu's Special Counsel, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, on Friday that the UK government should act on recommendations to favor the IPOB leader. The FAC report submitted that Foreign Affairs Committee issues a damning report into the UK government's failure to assist British nationals abroad as Kanu's family appeals High Court judgment on challenge to 2 years of FCDO hand-wringing. The Foreign Affairs Committee has published a damning report concluding that the UK government is failing to prevent abductors states from weaponizing the citizenship of British nationals for geopolitical ends. The report draws on evidence provided by the Kanu family in relation to British national Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, who was abducted, tortured in Kenya by the Nigerian government security forces and subject to extraordinary rendition to Nigeria in June 2021, where he has remained in detention ever since then. Even when the court said, leave this man, let him go, they said, Lehi Kaba. The publication of the report is timely as the Kanu family are about to appeal against the UK High Court judgment that the FCDO can lawfully avert reaching any conclusion on whether Mr. Kanu has been subject to extraordinary rendition or not. The report makes various recommendations to combat the UK government's failure to effectively assist British nationals like Mr. Kanu who find themselves subject to gross violations of their human rights abroad. The following recommendations are directly relevant to Mr. Kanu's case, though his family are fearful that the proposed policy reforms may come too late to help him. The report recommends, whereas in Mr. Kanu's case, there is a UN working group on arbitrary detention opinion that a detention of a UK citizen is illegal. The FCDO should assume that the case will not be judged in line with the international standards and should respond accordingly. The government should, as a matter of practice, promote public acceptance of the opinion, conclusion and recommendations, paragraph 4. The report knows that Mr. Kanu's case the UK government has not issued any comments on the UNWGAD's unequivocal finding that Mr. Kanu has been subject to arbitrary detention, footnote of 31. Within the next 12 months, the government should formalize and publish guidance outlining criteria for determining whether the detention of a UK national by a foreign state is considered arbitrary. A review should then be carried out of all UK nationals detained overseas according to the established criteria. The conclusion on the nature of the detention should be used to classify the case internally in discussion with the family and, where appropriate, publicly conclusion and recommendation. Paragraph 2. The Kanu family support this recommendation as it has emerged from Mr. Kanu's judicial review challenge that the UK government does not have any specific policy to deal with the British nationals subject to extraordinary rendition abroad. The FCDO should have a central repository for information on cases of arbitrary detention, detailing processes followed and learning gained, and should adopt a systematic approach to all cases, not simply a sample. The majority of families who provided evidence towards the FAC on behalf of loved ones detained abroad described a constituting feeling of a lack of transparency from the FCDO and inadequate communication regarding the FCDO's efforts to assist their loved ones accordingly. Yes, why can they do that now? And they are very easy to detain P2B without not doing their own investigation. Somebody who has been living in UK for decades with his wife and kids. Then the APC government went out there and impersonated his own credentials, because the somebody who used OB passport to enter UK is being issued, because that one, it can never be a fake passport. If it's a fake passport, the UK government will detect it. But someone formed obese credentials and use it to enter UK. Then you people are quick to hold OB down to investigate, but are not quick for going to 2 years now to investigate the matter of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. UK is the problem of Nigeria, and UK is our own problem in Biafra land. The report knows that Mr. Kanu's family concerned that although they have had regular communications with the FCDO, this might not have been forthcoming, and their legal representation requested it. Within the next 12 months, the UK government should undertake appropriate consultation to establish the position of Director for Arbitrary and Complex Detentions with a mandate including coordinating the response to certain cases, providing a point of contact for families, conveying a cross-government response, and coordinating the UK's response to the multilateral efforts to address state hostage taking and arbitrary detention with a relentless focus on them. The post holder should have a direct line to the Prime Minister, according to the news. The presumption that white diplomacy is always appropriate throughout cases of state detention is a false one, and the UK government should use the strongest possible language to call out situations of state detention. This is particularly notable in Mr. Kanu's case, where the LCDO has reportedly asserted without any explanation that the diplomatic approach it is adopting is appropriate, despite there being no tangible improvement in his case after nearly 2 good years. The UK government must use every means at its disposal to secure the basic level of consular access to commerce, to provide for its nationals, and that is it is entitled to under international law, regardless of the perceived legitimacy of the charges or rigor of the legal system, the report notes. This could include imposing a political cost such as a delaying negotiations on other bilateral issues, working out of speeches given by the offending countries, or exploring legal options through the various international treaty mechanisms. This is essential in Mr. Kano's case, where he has received limited and infrequent consular access. Reflecting on the reports, the brother of the IPOB leader, Kingsley Kano, said, "For nearly 2 years now, our family have been pressing the UK government to take more robust action to assist my brother. However, the UK government has responded by wringing its hands, procrastinating and offering platitudes rather than action that makes a difference. They have already chopped bribe now, so what do you expect them to do? UK government, my foot." The government has not been willing to even reach a conclusion, privately or publicly, on whether Nnamdi Kanu has been subject to extraordinary rendition, and has consistently told us that the approach it is taking is the most appropriate one. It will take 5 years for them to conclude that this appropriate action or appropriate way they are taking. UK, my foot. Journalists behind Tinubu's world influential articles goes into hiding over attacks. You go here when that's your account, it can never come online again. You will remain private. Time magazine staff writer Ashta Radvanish has been forced to put all her social media accounts on private mode following the backlashes she received for her article on President-elect Bola Tinubu of All Progressive Congress (APC) as one of the most influential, world's most influential people of 2023. How now? How? He never even ascended the seat. And you people, APC are forcing their way into people's lives, into the world at large, forcing them to accept what is not acceptable. I don't understand. You people are angry simply because P2B he has been enjoying the immunity of anywhere he go. People must surely stand up and welcome him. And you people are angry that why must he be receiving such standing ovation for free of charge? So now you people want your own to be known worldwide. You go and publish his name. How much do you people pay? I'm very, very sure that this young lady now, anyway, APC can never give you something that is even tangible. They can only give you a peanuts. The Nigerian News reports that the media company located in the United States of America on Thursday listed the former Lagos governor in the category of influential leaders alongside U.S. President Joe Biden. How now? Hey, while I know they finish you. Time further said that Tinubu spent about 20 years preparing to be Nigeria's president. Winning an election in Africa's most populous country is no easy feat. But Nigeria's newly selected president Bola Ahmed Tinubu has had nearly 2 decades to prepare, called Jagaban or the leader of the warriors. By his supporters, the now 77, not 71, 77 self, even that 77 self, they are sly on it. Old ran in a presidential election for the first time this March. His campaign slogan, "It is my turn," was a nod to his role as a long-time political power broker. Tinubu helped to restore the country's democracy in 1999 after fighting military rule, and then served 2 consecutive terms as governor of Lagos State, time stated. However, some Nigerian reaction to the viral article resulted to dragging the journalist on all her social media pages, including Twitter and LinkedIn, over her professional opinion of the 2023 general elections. Nigerian President-elect Tinubu, Nigerians understand it is being a challenge in court by opposition parties over alleged vote rigging and other controversial issues, such as his drug trafficking in America and the qualifications of his educational level. Checks by this publication shows that Radvanshi, whose account on Twitter was public, has now gone private since the article was published yesterday. And you can never come back. It must remain that private. Her Facebook page is also littered with obscene comments from displeased Nigerians who found her article on the president-elect Tinubu as offensive as anything you can ever imagine on this earth. Now them the key, now UK and US the key Nigeria, who again, report by UK Foreign Affairs Committee indicts government over Kano travels. I saw the thing take B. I think we have read this news again. Let us take another different news. The same proclaimed Prime Minister of Biafra in exile government, Ekperima, names advisory council members to work with him. Self-proclaimed Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, Simon Ekperima, has named members of the advisory committee of the Republic. In a letter to the United Nations General Assembly on Thursday, the leader of the breakaway Biafran secessionist group, IPOB autopilot, Ekpa, a self-styled discipline of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, called on international communities to recognize the Republic, which he said was established to undertake the political and administrative governance of the Biafra nation from outside of the country territory. Outside of the Biafra territory, sorry. Ekpa stated that he set up the exile committee in Biafra determination to exit the Nigerian state, while outlining a plethora of reasons why IPOB wants the southeast region to exit from Nigeria. He added that the Biafran government in exile will undertake diplomatic and foreign relationship arrangements and agreements, negotiations and pacts with other nations and interest organizations of the world on behalf of Biafra people. There are no accorded there are to be accorded all diplomatic privileges as due to any government official of their respective level. Biafran people, through their government in exile, are sourcing for powers from all nations of the world to assist to exit Nigeria peacefully, he said in the letter. According to the letter to the Onga, those appointed into the council include Mazi Ogechukwu Nkere, who was appointed head of finance, and the Honorable Lady Azoka Charles Nwankwo, deputy head of finance. Others include Mr. M.O. and Prof. C.O.N., diplomatic and foreign affairs, Dr. Sam Abosim, homeland liaison deputy, Professor Anthony Nwanne Buike Iboko, Coastal Region Orientation Coordinator, Madam Annie Reju Josephine Eriwa. Others are Group Secretary Victor Adim, Dr. Ruby Nnadi, Deputy of Planning and Strategy, Mr. Paul Adenam, Information and Media and Communication, Dr. Florence Agie, and Mazi Rafu Chiamaka Ajere, Secretary to the World Igbo Union, Madam May Ndereka. Also part of the Advisory Council are Professor Anthony Nwanne Buike Nwaboko and Mazi Solomon Nkwocha, Ministry of Health, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, Dr. Ofoma, Dr. Sam, and Dr. Mora. Education, Mr. Ruby Nnadi. Oil and Gas, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze and Emma Mmadu Abu. Pharmacy and Laboratory Science, Board of Nursing, Dr. Benedict and Dr. Florence Agie, and Transport and Logistics, Amo Obi Ene, according to Mr. Simon Ekperima. So my good people, on I don't hear them, this one, I am the carry come. Wahala tire pa. Wahala, I say what? A tire pa. Because these people, they are not smiling, Anyway, we will see where this one will get us to. The only thing, my only prayer is that let it never result in any crisis. I'm here, according to Dr. Gregory P2B. No one or nobody can force me out of Nigeria. P2B fires those who are planning his downfall. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the just concluded elections, Mr. Peter Obi, has insisted that nobody can force him to flee Nigeria. Recall that Obi has accused some unnamed individuals of trying to mount pressure on him to leave the country or face arrest for treason. Speaking at the Onitsha Holiday Resort, Onitsha on Thursday, the former Anambra State Governor said the Labour Party is committed to creating a new Nigeria. According to him, there are too many thieves who are inflicting suffering on the masses in the country. He vowed that his party is committed to purging the country's political system of such thieves, stressing that he would not give up until they are shown the way out of political offices in the country. There are too much suffering in this country, and that is what we in Labour Party are fighting to end. There are many thieves in the country, so Labour Party is fighting to create a new Nigeria. I am here with you, and nobody is going to force me to leave Nigeria, Peter Obi insisted. Supplementary pool, Afamo Ogene is committed to my philosophy, Peter Obi speaking. Meanwhile, Peter Obi has said the party's House of Representatives candidate in Saturday's supplementary election in Ogbaru, Anambra State, Victor Afamo Ogene, is committed to his philosophy of building the country. Recall that Ogene was also leading other candidates in the Ogbaru Federal Constituency election before it was declared inconclusive by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Speaking during a roadshow campaign tour of the wards in Ogbaru Federal Constituency, Obi appealed to the supporters in the area to vote for Ogene in Saturday's supplementary election. The former Anambra State Governor stated that Ogene is a good candidate who is humble, loyal, and honest, and would ensure that the development of Ogbaru was not neglected. In other words, Obi, who was accompanied by Anambra Senator-elect Tony Moye and Oseloka Obaze, told the people that Ogene is committed to his philosophy of building a new Nigeria. So my people, now here we go carry our kaya and I go with the go so. As you listen to this, and I know you like it, and I know you enjoy it, and I know you pick a lot of wisdom from it, and I know you learned a lot from it. So as you watched, please subscribe, share, like, and do what, and comment. That is the only way you can do what you can pay me back for bringing news to your doorsteps at any point in time. So my good people, make gonna do what? Make gonna enjoy on ourselves. I'll be back here again with another blockbuster of news that will blossom your heart. Everything is not all about news, but next time I'm coming with a comedy. Yes, now I want to comedize everything. So my good people, make gonna enjoy on a day. I will come back again with another blockbuster. Have a nice day. May the Almighty bless us all, the Father and the Son and of the Holy Spirit. So make on